Our pregame show is brought to you by Brewer Heating and Cooling, your local Rheem Pro partner. You can count on the trained professionals at Brewer Heating and Cooling for all your home comfort needs.
And good evening and welcome to Ingalls Field in Ripon, Wisconsin. For Ripon Tigers high school football, another Friday night lights action here at Ripon. It is not only homecoming here for the Tigers, but it is also senior night for the Tigers. And we're happy to have you along listening here on AM 1600 and 93.1 FM WRPN The Wave, and also streaming on the World Wide Web at youtube.com/Ripon Channel. With my homecoming parade partner, Martin Ernser, I'm Lynn Krause. We're glad to have you along here today for our high school football game with the Ripon Tigers. The Tigers are winless on the season, 0-6, and they're taking on the Indians of Kewaskum High School. And Kewaskum just has one victory on the season. So certainly we are looking for a good competitive game from the Tigers tonight, and we're hopeful for the first victory of the season. Well, Marty, with all of that information, we have another pleasant evening for high school football. That is for sure. We've been very lucky so far this season with that. But with that information and homecoming and all, what are your thoughts as we get close to this game?
First of all, I didn't realize till I was making an appointment on the calendar, this is our last home game of the season.
It is, yes.
So we are going to finish up on the road 2 conference games next week at Ripon, and then finish up the regular season at Berlin, our friends from Berlin. Here at Ingalls Field, like you said, it's a gorgeous night for high school football. It's homecoming. It's the 50th reunion for the class of 73. I had my wife do the math for me.
Good.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like you just said it, you have a team with one win, the defending conference champion Kewaskum Indians, and Ripon in search of their first. I think if we have a crowd, anything like the homecoming parade today.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
As we got further south on the end of Main Street, Lind, I could not believe the crowd. I'm thinking, Rose Parade? Is this possibly Rose Parade? Am I dreaming? Anyway, but and unfortunately we ran out of candy. I'm going to double up on that next year,
if not triple up.
Well, okay, I can. It's still if the home equity loan interest rate isn't too high. But anyway, I think we'll. I had a chance to talk to Coach Bradley, so I don't want to give everything away, but he had some input about what they're going to do a little different tonight with their defense in particular. I'm just looking for. I felt kind of last week that maybe they hit bottom. I kind of think the Tigers hit bottom, and just watching the pep in their pregame warm-up and listening to the coach tonight, I think hopefully they're coming up right now, and it could be a great night to do it.
I think homecoming week certainly has something to do with that, so I would certainly hope so as we continue our Brewer Heating and Cooling pregame show. It is sponsored by Brewer Heating and Cooling, your local Rheem Pro partner. You can count on the trained professionals at Brewer Heating and Cooling for all your home comfort needs.
And they gave us a brand new boiler system at our house just a little over a year ago, and we can't believe what an efficient machine that is.
Captains for the Tigers tonight. They were just out on the field with the officials for the coin toss and game day instructions include number 20, Tyler Bradley, the senior, 53, senior Riley McCann, 55, senior Jack Scholzel. A couple of statistics I want to pass along to you, Marty, that could make this a very even game, which I believe. Passing yardage. Now, Kewaskum does pass for about 160 yards a game, Ripon at around 90.
Yep.
And as far as the rushing goes, Kewaskum at 122, Ripon at around 50. Now, that may seem like a big difference, but in reality, I guess it probably isn't, especially when you have two teams with a combined one victory between them.
We got to watch Dylan Soik, and that's the guy.
Yeah.
That's their physical running back. And, I think that'll be key defensively for the Tigers so that they can get off the field to give their offense an opportunity to, with some of those stats that you're referring to, with Webb and company on the offensive unit for the Tigers. But defensively, I think the key to the game is to minimize this bruising, physical style running back, Dylan Soik, for the Indians.
Well, for one thing, Kewaskum isn't exactly an offensive machine either. They're averaging about 17 points a game.
Right.
And Ripon just slightly less than that. So that makes it kind of exciting, I guess, if you are watching and have been a regular fan of the Tigers, to hopefully, get that goose egg out of the way. Plus, it's homecoming, and it is, of course, senior night as well, which we'll talk about the seniors.
Yeah.
And once a year, Marty, the UW Stevens Point cheerleaders return to Ripon, as one of Ripon's alumnus is a member of that squad, and those cheerleaders are here tonight for a little extra boost.
And if you love the color purple, folks, Prince Purple Rain, I mean, it's all out there. There's a lot of them, and that's great to see. Changing gears slightly, but not too much, Sharon Tramp Radley, a member of the graduating class of 73 from Ripon, a very good artist, by the way. You knew it in high school, and then she's done very well since then. She did the banner that the team for Ripon will run through tonight. She did that. So be mindful of that.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we continue with our pregame show sponsored by Brewer Heating and Cooling. Marty, a few minutes ago, you were able to spend some time with head coach Mark Bradley on this homecoming, and let's listen and watch that interview right now.
Marty Ernser here, joining me, head coach of the Ripon Tiger football, Mark Bradley. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's homecoming week.
Yes.
How did that happen? How did it happen so fast? I swear we were just up in Nakusa not too long ago.
Yeah. No, this season has flown by and stuff, and we're ready. We're ready for homecoming.
Speaking of homecoming, 1973, it's their 50th. If I would have stuck around Ripon, I would have been on a team that was undefeated, Coach.
Nice.
But no, I went to Colorado instead. I drew the short straw.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's like you said, it's homecoming, and there are going to be, if the parade is any sign of what we're going to have in attendance tonight, look out. It's going to be great.
Yeah, there's a lot of alumni coming back, and that's what homecoming's all about, is seeing old kids and old alumni and hearing their stories and, spending time with them and asking them how they're doing. And it's a great experience. And, it's one I hope at the end of the day with these kids on our team here is that they can experience and talk to some of these guys or people in the community that are alumni and, just so they know what it means to be a Ripon Tiger.
There you go. Hey, confirm with me if this rumor is true. Are you a Detroit Lions fan, Coach?
I am not anymore.
Oh, not anymore.
Barry Sanders was my guy.
Well, I was just going to say, I think your timing is not particularly good. Okay, then I don't have to call for security and end the interview right now. Okay.
No, Barry Sanders was when I was a big Lions fan.
Well, that I would not take issue with anybody that liked that guy.
Yeah.
Hey. Let's talk about tonight's contest. You got the conference defending champion, the Indians of Kewaskum, coming in tonight. When 1 year later, they're struggling. They're looking for their identity. They're looking for some more wins than what they got right now. Talk to me. What do you have to be mindful of on defense tonight with Kewaskum coming in?
It's going to all come down up front. They want to power run it. They have two sniffers that are right behind the offensive line, and they just pound it and just want to get 3-4 yards, and then they'll try to spread you out and then still run it. And so we have to control the line of scrimmage, which is always a key to the game, and just be ready to tackle. He's a tough runner, the number 28. He's pretty tough in that, and so we just have to fundamental tackle and get off our blocks.
Do you do anything different with your defensive line adjustment? Do you play your 4-3 as normal? Or are you going to put some nuances into it and try to maybe, I don't know, go up, hit some A gaps?
Yep. We're going to a 5 front, and we're hitting the gaps.
Old school.
Yep. We're just going to try to get pressure as best we can, and hopefully that confuses them of where we're going or who's got who, and then we can slide through.
Okay.
We're also going to be a lot more aggressive with our linebackers, forcing the issue. And, it puts us in a vulnerable spot where we might give up a long run, but hopefully our D-backs.
Attack. It sounds like to me you're talking about attacking here. Hit and get.
Yep. Hopefully we can make it work.
Let me ask you this. Are you guys, where are you health-wise? We've had some guys that have been on, concussion protocol for a while and whatever. Are you better than you were a week ago getting some people back?
Yep. We're almost back to 100%. We only have one starter that's out.
Okay.
And so we're getting them back into the plane of the rotations and stuff like that, which is going to help because it'll give those kids breaks too.
Okay. I want to thank you for your time. I'm jacked up for this.
Yeah, so are we.
Yeah, best of luck.
Thank you.
You bet. We're going to be right back for player introductions and the kickoff.
And welcome back to Ingalls Field on this homecoming Friday night at Ripon High School as the Ripon Tigers host the Kewaskum Indians on our Brewer Heating and Cooling pregame show, your local Ream Pro partner. You can count on the trained professionals at Brewer Heating and Cooling for all of your home comfort needs. So anyway, Marty, it is a new Friday night. And the Tigers appear to be pumped up for this homecoming and senior night. As the evening goes on, we'll mention some of the seniors that are going to be out there and playing their last home game here at Ingalls Field. As Martin mentioned, the next 2 games will be away. And with that, we're going to step aside, and we will be back with more after these messages. Back here at Ingalls Field. Marty, what a beautiful job the Ripon High School choir did with our national anthem.
Yeah, I love a cappella.
It was done very, very well. And for those of you who are viewing, you can see the tiger on the field that the team is going to be running through. And looks nice. Orange and black. Let's
Sharon
go Tigers. Class of 1973.
Yeah, Sharon Tramp. She did it all on her own. There was no committee. You know how that goes sometimes. And she pulled it off.
Marty, tell us what else is going on in the East Central Conference here tonight.
Yeah, well, tonight, Waupun is visiting Berlin, and then Kettle Moraine Lutheran is at Sheboygan Falls. We have, of course, at homecoming, we've talked about extensively Kewaskum Indians coming in here in search of their second win of the season. But here's the game of games. You have Plymouth, who was ranked number 5, still undefeated, has moved up to the 4th spot in the coaches poll, and they're taking on number 1 Port Washington at Plymouth this evening.
That's going to be a game.
That will be Korean conflict material. So that says it all right there. So both teams are literally averaging 41 points a game. Port Washington gives up 6.5 points, and Plymouth gives up 5.8 points with their defense. So they're two mirrored programs, and it should be a heck of a battle. But we're here tonight for homecoming with Ripon and Kewaskum.
And that we are, as we await the Tigers to take a run through. It looks like all the seniors are on the south side, and they're going to be the ones running through their teammates that have formed a line and a little valley for them to come through, which is always exciting on this last home game. Nice crowd, beautiful weather, lovely homecoming parade today that Marty and I were proud to be a part of as we went through the parade. Now some clapping for the seniors that are making their final home game tonight, and I'll just take a quick run through them. The players, anyway, are number 62, Brandon Boehm. Number 20 is Tyler Bradley. 54, Bodie Greff. Number 4, Max Huber. Number 53 is Riley McCann. Number 30 is Caden Pear. We have 82, Jacob Riddick. And 25, Kyle Roby. Number 55 is Jack Scholzel. And along with that, of course, are the cheer squad that have seniors as well for the Tigers. And they include Addie Butzloff, Kira Lovell, Bree Mathis, Emily Moore, and Taylor Petit. And those are the senior cheerleaders from the cheer squad here for the Tigers. Also making their last appearance here at Ingalls Field for a home football game.
Also, just to let you know, two things comes to mind. Those are different uniforms Kewaskum's wearing. They normally are white pants, not the silver light gray. So that's different look. And the other thing is Berlin traveled to Kewaskum last week and narrowly escaped out of Kewaskum with a 24-22 win over Kewaskum. There you go. The Tiger no more.
All right, the Tigers are fired up, wearing their black uniforms, orange numbers, orange helmets, and I know we've talked about this all season, Marty, but I love those orange helmets that Ripon has. I think that's just outstanding.
Yeah, I'd take that over that orange Corvette that had the homecoming queen in front of us today, in fact, by far, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
Two of those helmets I'd take over the Corvette. Don't you think? The burnt orange Corvette? No.
The Kewaskum Indians, they are going to be in white uniforms. They have gray pants.
Yeah, that's
and,
new.
And white helmets.
New look.
Playing on this beautiful turf here up at Ingalls Field. And we're looking forward to a good competitive game here tonight. There's 12 minutes on the clock. Kewaskum will be kicking off on the south side. Ripon will be heading from north to south. That's left to right.
Wind aided for sure.
Radio. Yeah, those winds out of the southeast at this time. And I'm going to guess somewhere around 10 to 15 miles an hour.
Should be a good kick.
There's the kick. It is a nice kick, and it's going to be taken at the 4-yard line. Nope, it was...
took him into the end zone.
Yeah.
Well, that wind ate him up, and Perkins was trying to figure out, and it just stayed up and up, and it hit him in the chest plate. Yeah.
But, and so it went into the end zone, and then that's a touchback. So the Tigers will have the ball at their 20-yard line, which will be 1st and 10. It looks like number 10, Parker Webb, is going to be the starting quarterback. Is that what you're seeing, Marty?
Cannot until he comes out of that huddle.
Let's see. He did not start last week. It is going to be number 10, Parker Webb. as the starting quarterback for the Tigers. He has a running back to his left and to his right. Man in motion, and now we have a flag, a false start against Ripon, and that's not a good way to start the game. But that's what has happened here. So I don't know who moved, but we have a false start. Goes back 5 to the 15, so now the Tigers will start at 1st and 15 from their 15.
Ouch.
All right, man in motion, same play. Handoff, this is going to be Perkins, and he is going to get tripped up. He may have gotten a yard, but not much more than that. Good tackle there by Kewaskum.
First time we've seen Perkins on the gridiron in 3 weeks. So
yeah, that's right.
One of the more physical athletes on the Tiger football team, sorely missed with that presence. So it's good to see him back in the fold.
All right, so it's going to be second down now, and we'll call it 14 from the 16-yard line. Here's going to be a handoff. That's going to be Stellmacher, I believe. He crosses the 15, maybe to the 18-yard line, so just a couple more on the carry by Parker Stellmacher. He is a junior, 5'9", 185 pounds. So now it brings up third down and about 12 yards to go. Tyler Bradley will bring in the play for Ripon.
Got to be careful here. You know, the worst thing that happens, you call for your punt team. You don't want to do anything deep in your own territory going against the wind on third and double digits here. Playing behind the chains early, the Tigers are. Trips to the right.
Stellmacher is to Webb's left, and now he decides he's going to go to the right. So, yes, 3 receivers to the right. Rolling right is Webb. He has a good snap, pass, and it is going to be incomplete. A little too far in front of the intended receiver, which was Tyler Bradley. So that'll bring up fourth down, and the Tigers will have to punt. 10 minutes, 27 seconds remaining here in this first quarter here at Ingalls Field. The wind, by the way, it's only saying about from the southeast at about 10 miles an hour, but I think it's a little more than that.
It's a lot more than that.
Yeah. All right, well, Bradley's going to be back to punt. Waits the snap. It's a good one. To his right.
Another flag.
Decent kick. Going to land at the 45. Taken right at the 50. 45-40, right up the middle. 35-30. Dragged down at the 25-yard line is the runner and tackled by the quarterback, Parker Webb.
Unfortunately for Ripon, that punt cover team stopped playing. They looked like they thought he was going to down it or something.
Right, yeah.
I mean, they were sleepwalking. So not a good start for special teams. It was a penalty against Ripon, declined given the great return and field position for the Indians.
So they will have the ball at the 24-yard line, 1st and 10. That's Ripon's 24. Quarterback is Andrew Reichert, a junior, 5'10", 160 pounds. 3 running backs behind, kind of like a wishbone. And here's the snap to the deep back, to the right side, gets a couple of yards, breaks a tackle at the 20, breaks more tackles. Now he's at the 10, 5, it's a touchdown. Wow, nice run out there by Dylan Soik. Martin, you talked about him before the game here, and he just railed off a 24-yard touchdown run.
He's a 200-pounder that knows, with good balance, you can see it on that play, that knows how to use his pads. He, on first contact, was against his legs, so legs will beat arms all the time. And then by the time there was anybody following up, he dropped his pads into somebody on the help defense, and that was it. And then it was a foot race. He's about a 200-pounder, very physical. Ripon just got a taste of it, and they got to collect themselves right now, Ripon.
Hayden Johnson with the point after touchdown kick, which is good. 10 minutes, 6 seconds remain in the first quarter. It's now the Indians 7, the Tigers 0. We'll be back with the kickoff right after these messages.
Holman Automotive Group is committed to providing a professional and positive sales experience along with the best possible service. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff is always willing to go the extra mile to make sure you are satisfied. They are proud to be a part of the local community and look forward to serving you for many years to come. Homan Automotive Group in Ripon and Waupun. Friendly service, competitive pricing. Modern Overhead Door does a tremendous job with quality installation of new garage doors and providing professional service after the sale. Selling residential and commercial CHI overhead doors. Modern Overhead Door, family owned and operated in Ripon. Call 748-5000.
Are we back? All right, we are back at Ingalls Field. The kickoff goes to Jordan Perkins. He caught it at the 10, and he runs it out to the 23-yard line, so a return of about 13. So at least something positive there for the Tigers on that kickoff return. And they still find themselves down 7-0 early.
Well, second series. They kept it on the ground until it was 3rd and 12. Let's see if they come out still trying to establish ground game.
All right, here's going to be the handoff. Webb to Perkins. Perkins, nice run as he gets through the 25, out to about the 29-yard line. Good run, Jordan Perkins. And Marty, when he's healthy and he gets a little bit of room in there, he can get through those holes and get some positive yardage.
Well, he's big. He's a big kid. He's just also just south of 200 pounds.
That's a gain of 6, so it's going to be 2nd down and 4. We're just underway, really. 9:30 remaining here in the first quarter, but the Indians scored on their first possession to make it 7-0. All right, Webb, Perkins again up the middle, and he's going to fight to get to the 30-yard line. I don't think he got there, but he certainly tried, and so we're going to call it no gain, and it will bring up 3rd down and still about 4 yards to go on this possession. The officials will give them a gain of 1 to the 30 to make it 3rd down and 3. The ball is at the right hash mark for the Tigers. Let's see what Ripon can come up with here on this 3rd down. We could certainly use the 1st down, keep the ball for a little bit, get the clock rolling, and perhaps get a score in. Let's see what happens. Webb, he's going to hand the ball off. Stellmacher left side. He's got a 1st down, I believe. Yes.
What an effort.
What an effort by Parker Stellmacher. He was caught at the 30, broke a few tackles, got to the 35, and it's 1st down Tigers.
Heck, he was caught inside the 30 even. And he grabbed that jersey, and then he was like an ox cart. He just kept going and kept plowing, kept those legs churning. What a great individual effort to move the chains.
Love to see that effort, that is for sure.
That can be infectious sometimes, too, with the rest of your teammates.
And it's now 1st and 10 Ripon at the 35-yard line. Center of the hash marks for the ball. Webb out of the shotgun, Stellmacher to his right.
42 defense.
Webb going to pass in the middle, caught! Just off the 40-yard line. Nice catch out there. Jacob Riddick to the 41.
Wonderful play, and I'm asking, where's that been all season? We've talked about pop passes, little slant ins. They haven't been throwing them. And it was a great fake by Webb, looking out left to decoy the defensive coverage, and then a nice route, pitch, and catch. Well executed. They won 1st down.
Stellmacher was in motion to the left, and that would kind of made it a great fake to the left, pass to the right. Okay, here's a handoff. This is Perkins. Right side, no room there. He's going to get caught right at the 40, and he may have lost a yard on the play. So that'll bring up 3rd and about 5.
Not a fan of slow developing wide sweeps.
Just,
they don't work well for Ripon all season.
Yeah. You got to hit quick hitters right up the middle, really. I think that's your best bet.
Yeah, I think so too. A defense loves to the opposition running what Ripon just ran. They don't have anybody in their laps. They don't have to get through the as I used to call it, the garbage to get to the ball.
Yeah.
They just flow to the ball and make the tackle.
So the ball is directly at the 40. It was a loss of
yard.
1. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's 3rd down, 5. 6:35 remains in the first quarter.
They're running that trips even to the narrow side.
Kissinger in motion to the left. Pass right across the middle, and it was just a little too high for Jacob Riddick. Falls incomplete.
Yeah, it was too high.
Yeah, it just was. Yeah. Riddick was open, though. Had the pass been lower, Riddick was open. And it probably would have been enough for a first down, but that's one of those woulda, coulda, shoulda things.
You win first down. We talk about that. And, you get 6, and then as far as I'm concerned, that second play was a wasted play. And then from there, you're playing on your heels.
So Ripon is in punt formation. Bradley back, has it. And he's going to fake it. He's going to go forward to the 45. He has the first down to the 48-yard line.
Well, I got to believe that he has the green light when he sees it, tuck and run. He's a running back by nature. Great decision and great execution. They moved the chains after all.
And that certainly got the crowd cheering on this homecoming night here at Ingalls Field. And it's a nice gain of 8 to the 48. And the Tigers have a first down with 6:23 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 Kewaskum, Ripon on the drive.
They like this formation.
Out of the shotgun, Webb going downfield, left side, and it's incomplete. Nice effort out there by Jacob Riddick, but it does fall incomplete. It was good coverage as well by the Indian player.
Landon Daniel, great play, number 1. Great defense without interfering with the intended receiver. Smart play. Got to watch out for those guys with 2 first names. In fact, both receivers on Kewaskum, Landon Daniel, who we just mentioned, and then Bailey Ralph.
So now we have second down and 10 for Ripon. Here's going to be a handoff. Oh, it's a reverse. Tyler Bradley cuts it up, and he is going to get just back to the original line of scrimmage to the 48-yard line. It had a little promise there, but we couldn't get the block on that defensive end for Kewaskum, and he did make a good defensive play.
I'm seeing something that I'm not used to seeing with this Ripon team, and that is some chippiness. I've seen about 3 instances, including just now, where you're seeing some stock blocking, and they're, shall we say, Ripon is running the play throughout until the whistle.
Yeah.
And some of the Kewaskum players are taking exception with that. That's a great thing for the Tigers. It shows an improved attitude, I think.
So we're at third down and 10 now, Marty, from the Ripon 48-yard line. The Tigers need a big play. They retain possession on a fake punt.
Tight formation here.
Here's going to be Stellmacher with it to the left side. He did get a little running room, maybe out to midfield, and he was still going. He broke several tackles to the 46 to make it about 4th and 4. Maybe Ripon will go for it.
He's running with a very unforgiving attitude, isn't he? He is definitely. We've seen the 2 runs, the one for the first down,
yeah,
and then this one. So wow.
The official, I thought he was going to get to about the 46-yard line. The official moved it back to the 47, so it's actually going to be 4th down and 5, and Ripon will go back into punt formation. Get some late arrivals for Ripon onto the field.
Yeah.
And they're going to be all set here. Awaiting the snap. Man in motion. Goes to the right side this time. Now another man in motion. Here we go, Bradley, and he's going to kick it. And it's going to hit at the 30, back to the 20, 15, out of bounds, and around the 14-yard line.
Well, ugly it was, effective, outstanding.
Well, the officials will mark it at the 15. I'm struggling getting the yardage or the line marker here tonight.
Okay.
I was off a couple of yards.
It's early, Lind.
It is, yeah.
Lind, it's early.
Yeah.
It's you can only improve.
All right, so that is with 4:25 remaining in the first quarter. Again, Indians 7, Tigers 0 on this homecoming.
This is a great crowd. The bleachers are quite full.
It is. All right, so the quarterback once again is going to be Andrew Reichert for Kewaskum.
Blitz.
Handoff right up the middle. Oh, what a big hole. And now it's going to be a foot race. That's Nicholas Daychek. He's at the 30. 20, breaks a couple tackles, and he's finally pushed out of bounds at the 10, inside the 10-yard line. What a run, a quick hitter by Nicholas Daychek.
Declan Dudzinski saved the 6.
Wow.
Ripon linebackers both blitzed, and He just smoked it right up the off the right side, I think.
He sure did,
Wow.
and once he cut to the outside, it was a foot race. The Tigers chased him and finally caught him inside the 10 to the 8-yard line, where it's now going to be 1st and goal for the Indians.
Wow, you got to be gassed, huh?
Rickert hands it off to the running back, trying to the left side, going all the way to the sideline, and he gets into the end zone, is Dylan Soik, the running back. So it's a touchdown for Kewaskum.
Soik's the real deal. He's physical, quick, and fast. I mean, he's got the whole package to be a running back.
6'1", 195 pounds.
Yeah, that's Perkins. That's basically you're describing Perkins. Yeah.
So now 4:07 remaining in the first quarter. It's Kewaskum 13 and Ripon 0, awaiting the point after touchdown kick by Hayden Johnson for Kewaskum.
I don't think Kewaskum took too kindly to being beaten at home by 2 points by the visiting Berlin Indians last week.
And the point after touchdown kick is good. We will return to Ingalls Field right after these messages.
Aroma's Bar and Grill isn't just the place to get authentic Mexican cuisine anymore. Their menu also includes Friday fish fry, Legend Larry's chicken wings, steaks, burgers, and much more. Experience authentic Mexican cuisine and the expanded menu items at Aroma's Bar and Grill. Locally owned and operated on the far west side of Ripon, Highway 23. Aroma's Bar and Grill has authentic Mexican cuisine, mouth-watering steak, seafood, chicken, and vegetarian dishes cooked up with a delicious blend of spices and years of experience. You're sure to discover your favorite. Locally owned and operated on the far west side of Ripon, Highway 23.
And we're back at Ingalls Field, and after the kickoff, which was taken by Parker Stellmacher at around the 10-yard line, he runs it out to the 23. And Marty, that's exactly where the Tigers started their last drive.
And Lynn, you're spot on your eye there on the 23-yard line.
I know, right?
Yeah.
After being off for a little bit there and a couple of drives.
No, I bet on you to cover, and you did. So, yeah, right, exact same spot. Let's see if they can play off of what they did last time. And I think they're going to stay away from those slow developing sweeps.
Ripon finds themselves down 14-0 here. 4:01 remaining in the first quarter. All right, so ball's at the right hash mark. Webb going to hand it off to Jordan Perkins. He makes a nice cut. Good hit out to about the 30, and a nice positive run for Ripon and Perkins.
That's huge. That's a huge 1st and 10 success right there. Now, consistency is what's eluded them for most of the season. So now, you take 2 steps forward, sometimes 1 step back. They got to keep going forward here. Let's see if they can do it right in front of this tremendous homecoming crowd. See those Stevens Point pointers down there, the cheer squad. How many you reckon there are there?
Well, that's a good crowd of cheerleaders, that is for sure.
There's got to be, from Stevens Point, there's got to be 35 of them.
2nd down, 4. Handoff, Stellmacher left side, cuts up. Good effort, maybe gets to the line of scrimmage 30. And it's going to bring up now 3rd down, still about 4.
Yeah. Wide to the right, wide to the left.
Third down, 4.
Carter Kissinger came out of the game, and that was the other messenger for the play. Went in. I didn't get his number. Kyle Roby, they put him out at tight end, but they put him out wide here. The idea of going trips one side and then single guy on top, you're trying to spread the defense. That's the whole point, and then run the ball.
Here's a handoff, Perkins right up the middle. He's fighting for some yardage, but doesn't look like he's going to get much. Maybe cross the 30 to the 31 if the officials are generous.
No, that was a jailbreak by the defense, and they were all there, and they're getting off their ripping blocks very effectively and swarming to the ball.
Between the first and second quarters, Marty, we're going to have John Erickson come up for a couple of minutes. He is the distinguished alumni that was named earlier this week, and we're just going to talk to him just a little bit, congratulate him, and find out, what Ripon High School has meant to him and what he's up to these days.
Oh, yeah, he's been a mayor out there in, I think, West Hollywood, California.
So we're going to do that between the first and the second quarters for a few minutes. Ripon with a punt, and it takes a Kewaskum bounce.
Yeah, about 6 yards.
Into Ripon territory to about the 47.
So a nice situation for the Indians to play on a short field already in the backyard of the Ripon Tigers.
They haven't had many offensive plays either, and they're up 14-0.
Right, because they've had explosive plays, and that's the difference.
So let's see. From the 47, it's at Ripon's 47. It's going to be first down and 10. Ball at the left hash mark. Again, that quarterback is Andrew Reichart.
Yeah,
he's a junior.
And I'd give him
160.
A steady diet of Soik. But
he's back to pass.
Come out and pass. Look
to
at
the
that.
right side, complete at the 43,
Wow.
40, 35, 30, right side, sideline 20, 15, 10, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line by Max Huber, who saved a touchdown, and another big explosive play for Kewaskum.
Bailey Ralph comes in with just under 300 yards of receiving in conference. So he was the recipient. He was the orphan out on the flat, and then from there it was just a speed game to the end zone.
So now first and goal. Here's a handoff to Soik right up the middle, pushing his ways. Does he get into the end zone? He does get into the end zone on a nice power run by Dylan Soik, and now it's 20-0.
It's like, excuse me.
That
Soik's
kid's got
here.
some power, yeah.
Yeah. They want to get out. They're trying to get out of the way of him. He's very physical, and Ripon, it's one thing to practice it. It's one thing to have your coaches preach it. It's another thing to experience it.
And, one thing we've seen all season too, Marty, is good kickers by the opposition. This is another good one.
All season long.
Yeah, and this is another good kick.
Lively foots is what they have there.
Yeah. And that is Hayden Johnson with the point after touchdown kick. We have 1 minute and 23 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It is now Kewaskum 21, Ripon 0.
Yep.
And we're going to stay right here.
Once again, Sharon Tramp, class of 73. Radley is her married name. Great job on the banner for the team to run through. And it's nice to see them back. I haven't seen them. I moved away from the Ripon School District after my sophomore year that summer. So I haven't seen some of these people that were a year ahead of me till now, and decades. But Sharon Tramp, though, Radley, I knew who she was when I saw her. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're enjoying it, because that's what homecoming is all about.
Coach Bradley talked about that, seeing some of his former players too back and what they're doing with their lives. Yeah,
that's always exciting. That's what homecoming is for and about. All right, Parker Stellmacher at the 7-yard line gets the kickoff, 15-20, and he gets hit pretty hard. Although he fights, he's a fighter, that Parker Stellmacher. But the officials finally call the play dead just before Stellmacher finally went down. That kid's a tough kid.
Low center of gravity with a tough disposition. Yep.
Absolutely.
Remember his older brother.
So the officials will mark the ball right at the 20-yard line.
Gannon Stellmacher, the older brother. Gannon the Cannon. Yeah.
So it's going to be first down and 10. All right, Webb. Out of the shotgun. Quick pitch to Tyler Bradley. 20. Left side out to about the 22. Nice quick play. And that is going to go for a pass completion. And let's see. 2-yard gain for Ripon.
Okay.
Second down and 8. So at least some positive yardage here.
Well, they need 6 yards right now, minimal. So let's see what they do. Go back to that quick slant. I like that play. High percentage. And give them the kind of yards they're looking for in a situation just like this. Ripon will have the wind, and it's been gusty. As I say that, the flag is kind of.
No, it's kind of stuff. It's just swirling a little bit, but it's still out of that southeast.
Oh yeah.
All right, 2nd down and 8.
No, that's a run formation.
This is Webb handing it off to Stellmacher. Does a quick turnaround and fights his way out to the 25-yard line.
See, you run that tight formation, you just told the defense, and they're getting all those guys in the box. Hey, you're running, we know you're running, and we got the guys there, and so you get marginal yardage. I kind of like the idea when they're going trips right, whether it's the short or wide side of the field, spread them out and then give a guy, whether it be Perkins or Stellmacher, let them have the pigskin and see what they can do.
All right, well then that is the end of the first quarter, and our score is the Kewaskum Indians 21 and the Ripon Tigers 0.
Okay.
All right, so we've got some time now. We're going to spend it here with John Erickson, who is the Ripon High School Distinguished Alumnus for homecoming this year. John, welcome back to Ripon.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
All right. Tell us a little bit about yourself, year you graduated, some of the activities that you did in high school, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I graduated in 2004, which feels like 40 years ago. And
you ought to be my age.
Yeah, we both look good, so we could be classmates. But I was involved in tennis and cross country, and then I played volleyball, but I played outside of Ripon because we didn't have a volleyball team at that point. And was in the theater and everything like that.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So all in all, you had a great high school experience here at Ripon.
I wouldn't trade it for all the wooden nickels in the world. I mean, Ripon is a really special place. It's a great time to be here, and I just love where I grew up.
Okay, so then after high school, you furthered your education. Tell us about that.
I went to UW Oshkosh, played volleyball, won a national championship there.
Nice.
And it was an All-American in volleyball. Then went to graduate school out in California, where I got 2 masters and a PhD. And now I just happen to be the vice mayor of a city called West Hollywood out there in California. So not too bad.
What were your degrees, master's and your PhD in?
My PhD is in religion, and then my master's degrees are in women's studies, gender studies, and religion as well. All
right, so it's 1st and 10 here as we continue talking with John Erickson, the distinguished alumnus for Ripon High School for homecoming this year. A pass falls incomplete, intended over to Jacob Riddick out at the right side at around midfield. The Tigers have the ball on their own 25-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and about 5. So, John, then how did you get involved in politics then to become mayor?
Yeah, after 2016 and onward, I really saw a lot of great change happening in my community. And I said, you know what, why not run for office in my community? And West Hollywood, although you might not believe me, is a lot like Ripon, Wisconsin.
Okay, how did you end up in California?
I went out there for graduate school.
Okay.
And I just stayed. The weather's a little better. It's a little better.
Taxes a little higher?
Well, yeah, taxes are higher, but I'll take that 98 degrees versus that cold windshield any day. Charge me a couple extra bucks.
Okay, so tell us then, you just compared West Hollywood to, before we say that, there is a timeout onto the field, so that's why we continue talking to John. Tell us why you feel like West Hollywood and Ripon, what are the comparisons?
They're both very small towns, very small feel. We all have the same characters that we seem to remember, the people that come to our city council meetings, the people that love our city. It reminds me a lot of where I grew up, and I'm thankful for that every day.
And how long have you been mayor?
I've been mayor for 3 years, and it's been a journey ever since.
Okay, Ripon's going to punt here, so just hang on a little bit. Bradley with the punt. It's going to hit close to midfield. Take a Ripon bounce inside the 45 to about the 42 before the ball is downed by Ripon. What are some of the, are there hotbed issues in West Hollywood that you find like in other communities all across the nation?
Yeah, cost of living. In West Hollywood, we have the highest minimum wage in the country at $19.08 an hour. Mm-hmm. Making sure people can afford health care and live and where they work is a big thing. And then also making sure that, our communities are safe and that everyone can, have a great business and just live comfortably where they're at.
Okay. It's 1st down now for Kewaskum on their own 42. 2. It's going to be a little screen pass to the right side, caught 40-45 midfield down to the right sideline. He's going to step out of bounds, the receiver Landon Daniel, but it is going to be a first down for Kewaskum. John, any other sort of information you want to tell us? Either about yourself or your life, or
it's great to be here. I never get a chance to come back, but I'm really looking forward to, and it's been a great day to see everyone.
All right,
changed my life.
John Erickson, thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it.
Who's the better volleyball players between the sisters?
Okay, Marty just asked, who's your better volleyball players between your sisters and you?
The better volleyball players between my sisters was definitely number 11, but we won't. I won't tell you who that was. You just got to look it up for yourself.
All right, John. Thank you so much, and enjoy the halftime that they have for you, and the parade you're in today and everything. So we appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Good seeing you all.
You bet. Take care. All right, so it's another first down for Kewaskum inside the 30. Back to pass now as the quarterback going to the right, caught at the 15. That's Landon Daniels and dragged out of bounds by Parker Stellmacher, and it's going to be another first down. Right now, Kewaskum is certainly in rhythm, Marty. They've got things going on offense.
Yeah, because anytime you can run the ball at any level, when you can run the ball effectively, then it opens up the door for everything in your playbook, and they're demonstrating that right now.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line for Kewaskum, looking into the end zone to pass. Hey, it's intercepted inside the end zone. Nice job out there on the interception, Riley McCann. And then a flag down, probably for a late hit.
Oh, yeah, he was probably 3 to 4 yards out of bounds. Yeah.
All right, good job, Tigers, on the defense.
Great read. Our executive producer, Riley Eisnagel, was saying, man, that's just like early on in that Packer game last night when
how was that game, let me tell you.
When Green Bay started with the INT deep in their own territory. That's Riley's favorite team, too, Green Bay Packers. Everybody knows that.
Well, we want to thank John Erickson for coming up. What a fine, articulate young man, and I'm glad he came up, and I'm glad we had a chance to talk to him.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, the one sister, All-American at UW Whitewater, and big plaque as you walk into the gymnasium just for volleyball.
Yeah.
It's, Allison is one of them, and I'm trying to remember the other sister's name. I feel terrible. Can't think of it.
From the 30-yard line, first and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at the left hash mark, and now Ripon will take a timeout. It'll be their first. We're going to take a timeout. 11:16 remains in the second quarter. Indians 21, Tigers 0.
Holman Automotive Group is committed to providing a professional and positive sales experience along with the best possible service. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff is always willing to go the extra mile to make sure you are satisfied. They are proud to be a part of the local community and look forward to serving you for many years to come. Holman Automotive Group in Ripon and Waupun.
We're back at Ingalls Field. Homecoming Friday between the Tigers and the Kewaskum Indians. Ripon has the ball after an interception into the end zone. Nice job for the Tigers, Riley McCann. And here's going to be a reverse. Tyler Bradley's got to cut it in, but boy, the Kewaskum defense, led by Dylan Soik there, read that.
I'm telling you, anything slow developing spells bad news for Ripon. You have to be quick hitters, play action pass, but you got to get the ball out of your hands, and you can't hand it off 3 yards deep and run parallel to the line of scrimmage if you're Ripon, because there's no blocking.
Well, that play lost 6 yards back to the 24-yard line to make it second down and 16 for the Tigers. That's a tough break for Ripon after that big interception.
Yeah, that's a big hole you just created here. Well, here you want to get half. If you can get half of it back, that's a successful effort by the Tigers.
All right. Webb gets the ball, back to pass, looking downfield. He's going to cut it up the middle to run. He's at the 25, down to the 26-yard line. He does get a couple of yards on the positive end, but still well short of the first down.
Yeah, they haven't They're still 4 yards short from where they started the series.
So it's going to be 3rd and 14?
Yeah. This is that, like, now you look at Old Glory, you see the wind, and it's definitely, it doesn't have to be a 35-yard pass either, but take advantage of it while you have it.
Third down. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just going to say, see what they've drawn up here on a 3rd and long.
All right, 3rd down, 14. Parker Webb running back to each side.
Tight formation.
And he's going to go back to pass, under pressure, rolling to his right. And I don't know if he fumbled it or he did. It's a fumble. He got hit hard, fumbled the ball. He is saying that he tried to pass it, but the officials say otherwise. So it's the Indians' ball at the Ripon 16-yard line, and that was a disastrous play for Ripon. That's too bad.
Yeah, the series started off wrong. So, they've had a couple first down plays where they've gotten, at least 6 yards on 1st and 10. And that's the, that's the method to success on that first down effort. And when you fall short of that, Ripon doesn't have the ability to string 2 and 3 positive plays together offensively.
All right, from the 16, 1st and 10, ball at the left hash mark. Quarterback under center, handing it off to Soik. He goes to the 15, 10. Boy, he's a tough runner. Going to get tackled at the 5-yard line, and he's going to have a 1st and goal for the Indians.
Yeah, the reach and grab with the arms on that guy, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And,
the officials will put the ball to 6, Marty, so it's 1st and goal from the 6.
Yeah, and I don't blame them. Nobody wants to get in front of them.
Well, you got to hit them low.
So and they're trying to grab them from the side. And like you said, you got a tough physical 200-pounder. That's tough.
So 3 running backs behind the quarterback who's under center. Snap to the front guy, right up the middle. He's close to the end zone, but I think he's going to get down at the 1-yard line. That is the running back, Nicholas Dahek.
Yeah, see, that's just what surprises me with this team, Kewaskum. I mean, all this passing they're doing effectively, they don't even have to be doing it.
No.
I mean, they can just run the ball, and I was surprised to see him coming out passing, and you give Soik the ball about 5-6 times in a row, and that's going to be a nasty taste.
From the 1-yard line, 2nd down and goal. Reichert under center. Hands the ball off right up the middle. Hey, the Tiger defense held. Nice job, Ripon on the defensive line, denying a touchdown to Nicholas Dahek.
Gave it to the up back, number 4, who's normally the blocking for Soik.
It was leading the way, Riley McCann, but there were others down on the line for Ripon making that stop, and good job for the Tigers. So now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Also in there was Jamison Nordquist. He's a sophomore, 210 pounds, 6-footer. Clock rolling, 7:30 remaining in the 2nd quarter. All right, 3rd and goal from the 1. Rolling to the right is the quarterback, throws in the end zone, touchdown, and it is completed to Bailey Ralph on a 1-yard touchdown pass, quarterback rolling to the right.
Yep, the Indians wanted a win tonight, and they came in like an angry team.
So 7 minutes, 18 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter, and the Kewaskum Indians have now increased their lead to 27-0, pending the extra point here. And it is up, and it is good. So now the score, the Indians 28, the Tigers 0, and we'll be back with more from Ingalls Field after these messages.
Holman Automotive Group is committed to providing a professional and positive sales experience along with the best possible service. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff is always willing to go the extra mile to make sure you are satisfied. They are proud to be a part of the local community and look forward to serving you for many years to come. Holman Automotive Group in Ripon and Waupun. Webster's Marketplace is proud to be your locally owned and operated grocery store since 1987, featuring an in-store deli, bakery, floral shop, butcher, and smokehouse. Webster's is your full-service grocery store, Highway 23 West in Ripon.
Back to Ripon for homecoming, and here's the kickoff by the Indians. Going to be taken at about the 8-yard line. That's Jordan Perkins, 15-20 right side, and maybe gets out to the 25-yard line. A good hard run there for Jordan Perkins of the Tigers. And Ripon will start 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Off the air, Marty, I asked you this question. Kewaskum looks really good. How is this only a one-win team?
Yeah, and it's called Port Washington, Plymouth, Sheboygan Falls, Berlin, and Kettle Moraine Lutheran. Those are all quality ball clubs. Even if you go back last year, this very team here, Kewaskum, was the conference champion with just one loss. And then you had Plymouth, Port Washington, and Berlin all fighting with a 5-2 record right behind them.
Yeah.
So you have a deep, very good football conference in the East Central.
All right, back getting the snap is Parker Webb. He's going to keep it to the run. He gets to the 27-yard line as the defense stretched him out, but he is going to get a gain of about 2 on the play. Haven't seen a quarterback run in a while.
No, that was a
Tigers.
design. Yeah, that was a design play. I've always felt he was average speed, but I haven't seen him run a lot, and so a lot of times it's broken down play, tuck and run, get what you can sort of out of it. That's the first time we've seen a designated, drawn-up running play for him.
So it's actually a gain of about 4 yards. So way to go.
Yeah.
There. So it's going to be a 2nd down and about 6. Quick screener to the right side. Jordan Perkins. He gets ahead of steam as he crosses the 30 and to about the 32-yard line. So a positive play. 3rd down and about 4 coming up for Ripon as we approach the 6-minute, 10-minute mark, 6-minute, 10-second mark here in the second quarter.
That was a good pass by Webb. Those are not easy passes. Just a little swing pass. You're not quite sure. Well, how much is he gonna cut it up? The shape of a banana, if you will. How much of that is it? At what point is he turning up? Because I want to lead him. I don't want him to have to, throw behind him. And suffice to say, he hit him right in stride.
So 2nd down, check that, 3rd down, 4. Ball at the right hash mark for the Tigers. Perkins in motion. He's going to pass. Oh, incomplete pass. Webb passed it to Jacob Riddick, who was crossing the center, and a defender for Kewaskum almost had a pick 6. That's Mitchell Becker.
Yep, Becker goes, fool me once, shame on me, fool me, or shame on, right? However that goes. So that was impressive. Well, he batted that away.
He certainly did, and that brings up 4th down now. And the Tigers will be in punt formation. Bradley, nice punt, caught at the 34-yard line, 40, 45 midfield. The runner putting his head down, makes a nice hit out there, and a good tackle by the Tigers.
That looked like
Robert Brown.
That looked like a Belgian Malamute going up to, hey, catch me, Dad.
Well,
that was a bear hug.
Robert Brown wasn't afraid to get hit on that one, let me tell you. He did a nice job.
Speaking of which, it's nice to see a lot of these guys we haven't seen in 3 weeks, some of them even 4 weeks. And 61 is one of them, that tough freshman that we like and talk about so much.
All right, 1st and 10. The Kewaskum on the Ripon 47-yard line. Quarterback gets a snap, screen out the left side, midfield, 45, cuts in 40, dives for a 1st down at around the 35-yard line.
Do you notice the difference on that swing pass to Perkins? There's a guy, 4 yards in front of him as soon as he catches it.
Yeah.
Swing pass to their guy, and we are 8 and 9 yards off the line of scrimmage. I mean, that is, talk about homecoming. That is Christmas morning to that receiver when he catches and looks in front of him, and he's got a lot of space.
One thing Kewaskum that I've noticed, Marty, they have a lot of speed on that team. They run fast. All right, here's a handoff up the middle. So 35-30 cutting to the outside is Soik again. He's inside the 30. He's powering his way inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line, and another first down for the Indians.
Yeah, someone taught him how to dip that shoulder and use his pads. I'll tell you, in fact, I haven't seen a running back on any team use his pads as well as this kid does.
Yeah, he's a good runner. Again, we mentioned him, 6'1", 195 pounds. Clock rolling, 4 minutes, 30 seconds in the second quarter. Indians 28 and the Tigers 0. And Kewaskum's on the drive.
Yeah, they are.
Ball the right hash mark. Under center, Rickert, the quarterback, hands the ball right up the middle, crossing the 20 to about the 18-yard line. Is the running back there, Bailey Ralph? Was that who? No, number 4.
Number 4.
Nicholas Dayek.
Another talk about running with a good lean. That's what Dayek just did.
Yeah. Gains about 5. We'll call it second down and 5. The ball right at the 18-yard line of the Tigers, right hash mark.
Yeah. That's a huge run. 5-yard run is huge for Ripon, and that's much more, pedestrian-like for this ball club.
So 2 receivers to the right. The quarterback, Reichert, under center. He will get the snap. Man in motion to his left. Pitch to the left. There's Soik. He's going to cut in 20, 15. Now goes back to the right side. And a nice block. And he's going to waltz into the end zone.
Talk about cutting back against the grain. And then some wonderful 2 blocks. Just beautiful.
Yeah,
there's 2 blocks from his teammates.
That wide receiver, Bailey Ralph, had a beautiful block on a Ripon player who was going to go after him.
Who was the last chance for the Tiger defense.
But it's a touchdown, and it's now 34-0, pending the point after touchdown kick on this full moon Friday night here at Ingalls Field.
Kewaskum.
Point after touchdown kick is good. So 3:32 remaining in the second quarter, and it's now the Indians 35 and the Tigers 0. We will be back with more after these messages.
The Ripon Area School District mission is empowering learners, engaging community, and enriching the world. Ripon students live that mission through the Early Childhood Program, project-based charter schools, K-12 engineering courses, strong fine arts offerings, numerous extracurricular offerings, and the Start College Early program. Come to Ripon and experience what happens when excellence meets innovation. Silver Creek Dentistry offers a truly different dental experience. No upsell, no lectures, never any pressure. They truly believe in treating you the way you want to be treated, with friendly and compassionate dental care. Silver Creek Dentistry for all your dental needs.
Back at Ingalls Field, the kickoff for the Tigers gets run out to the 19-yard line, where it is going to be 1st and 10 now for Ripon. With the score 35-0, we now have a running clock, and that is taking place as we speak, as the Tigers get the ball on offense. And now we have a clock stoppage as Ripon will take their second timeout of the half.
Haven't been very many penalties whatsoever in this game.
A couple early, I guess, but...
yeah, I mean, I can think of only 3 maybe.
Yeah. The UW Stevens Point cheer squad is here, and they've been entertaining the crowd with some great acrobatics, I'll tell you that. Flips in the air and more, and they are really entertaining the crowd, and it's fun to watch these young athletes, student athletes from Stevens Point on the cheer team getting it done, and we're happy to have them here, that is for sure. Fun to watch.
Yeah. We'll talk about later on, we're going to talk about being the 50th reunion for the class of 73. We'll talk about their...
Yeah, at halftime, you got a lot of information there.
Yeah, we're going to talk about their successes on the gridiron.
All right, back to pass on this 1st and 10.
Look out.
Parker Webb is going to get sacked inside the 15 to about the Let's see what the officials mark at the 14-yard line. So that is going to be a loss of about 5 to make it second down now and 15. 2:35 remaining in the second quarter. Again, the Indians 35, the Tigers 0. Ball's at the right hash mark. See if the Tigers can get something going here as they lost 5 on that first down play. Man in motion, Jordan Perkins. It's going to be a direct snap to the running back, Stelmacher, who will run up the middle. And looks like there could be a fumble. Is there a fumble? The Kewaskum team says so. I haven't seen what the officials have said. And, no fumble on the play. It's going to remain Ripon's ball at the 15-yard line. So maybe a gain of 1.
So goes your trench play, so goes your team's success or their lack of. And if there's one issue you want to look at with Ripon this season, it's both offensive and defensive line play. And particularly offensive line play has really struggled this year. I think they only had one returning offensive lineman from a year ago. That would have been McCann if memory is correct.
All right, here's Webb handing the ball to Perkins. Perkins over to the right side will at least cross the 20-yard line to about the 21 before he goes down. So some positive yardage, but it's still going to be 4th down and about 9.
Yeah, they've had one hurrah where they got a couple. They got one first down, and then they got slowed up, and punt team was out there.
And the fake punt was nice.
And then Bradley gave them their second first down. And they've been hard to come by all season.
All right, here's the punt for the Tigers. Line driver going to hit at the 35, taken at the 40.
I'm
sorry, the 45, taken
That's a nice football
at
play
the 40.
there.
Yep. Picked
Great
up nice
job
by the Indians, and then a nice tackle by Ripon on the return.
Yeah, Braden Dudzinski.
Yes.
Wait, it's one thing to fly down there, but then to be able to break down enough and get your arm out and trip that guy up. Nice play by Braden. And guys like that, they need him. He's only a sophomore.
All right, clock continues to roll, and we'll see if Kewaskum, they'll probably run one play before the end of the half here. And Reichert, the quarterback, gets the ball. They're going to go back to pass. He's going to roll to the right. Screen caught at the 47, midfield, 45 of Ripon. Down out of bounds. Nice tackle out there, Riley McCann. And that's going to end the first half.
He just ran a 7-yard out. It was wide open.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is our halftime. And our score at the half is the Kewaskum Indians 35 and the Ripon Tigers 0 here at the half. And so that brings us to our halftime show, which we'll be getting to in a moment. Halftime show always brought to you by MPB Builders, known as an industry leader in post-frame construction. You can trust MPB Builders, a 13-time winner of the National Frame Builders Association Builder of the Year Award. We'll come back here to the booth here for our halftime as Marty has all sorts of information about homecoming and the 1973 undefeated Ripon High School Tigers football team. And we'll be back after these messages.
Walsworth Printing in Ripon believes a company, like a family, is made stronger when differences are embraced and not condemned. Check out walsworth.com/careers for hiring opportunities. Proud to support Ripon High School. If you're looking for straighter teeth, better chewing, or simply a better-looking smile, Sensational Smiles Orthodontics offers treatment for both adults and children. Sensational Smiles Orthodontics, your only local one-stop orthodontic office, located in downtown Ripon. Webster's Marketplace is proud to be your locally owned and operated grocery store since 1987, featuring an in-store deli, bakery, floral shop, butcher, and smokehouse. Webster's is your full-service grocery store, Highway 23 West in Ripon. If you're looking for straighter teeth, better chewing, or simply a better-looking smile, Sensational Smiles Orthodontics offers treatment for both adults and children. Sensational Smiles Orthodontics, your only local one-stop orthodontic office, located in downtown Ripon. Aroma's Bar and Grill has authentic Mexican cuisine, mouth-watering steak, seafood, chicken, and vegetarian dishes cooked up with a delicious blend of spices and years of experience. You're sure to discover your favorite. Locally owned and operated on the far west side of Ripon, Highway 23.
All right, thank you, and welcome back to Ingalls Field, where it is halftime, and we have our halftime sponsor brought to you by MPB Builders. They are known as an industry leader in post-frame construction. The homecoming court was being introduced by Bob Zaki as they walk out in front of us here today. Unfortunately, I don't have the list of who was the king and queen and who was on the court, so maybe I can get that from Bob here, Marty, while you talk a little bit about the high school team from 1973. I know you have a lot of information on it, and that was when they were 9-0, the Tigers were, and I guess, Marty, take it away. Tell us some more.
Well, it was 50 years ago, the team 1973, but I want to back up a little bit because in 72, they won their first conference championship. That would be this group right now, the 50th anniversary. They would have been seniors. They had just one loss. I know that was I was in Colorado, but I followed the team. They had one loss, 8-0 on a soggy, muddy, rainy evening up in New London, the Bulldogs. And Ripon defensive back slipped, and that was the only score of the game. They went on to win the rest of their games, however, Ripon. And I believe that was their first conference win in football in well over 20 years. And then fast forward, 1973, the 50th anniversary of this team that went 9-0. It was the very first Ripon high school football team to even play 9 games. They added an extra non-conference game that season. They played North Fond du Lac, Mayville, Appleton, Xavier. Those were the non-conference. And they were quite statistically, for those people that love the numbers, they were very impressive. They averaged nearly 6 yards per offensive play, only allowing about 3 yards to the opponent all season long. They had huge wins over arch rivals like Berlin, 49-6, Omro, 42-22. I'll come back and talk about that matchup, and even Hortonville, 50-20, beat them by 30. The coaches on that team, by the way, were Jim Watson. I remember him well. Keith Bartig, Gil Strobel, the late Gil Strobel, the great late Lovell McCullough, just a heck of a guy. John Wickstrom as well. We lost him to cancer. Some of the quotes that old coach Jim Watson would have, it was like, hey, this gang reported in the best shape of any team I've ever coached. Or how about they feel they can repeat, and I think we have the horses to do it. And then at the end of the season, it's a coach's dream. They just gave it all they had in every single game. This has been a great team to work with. That Tiger offensive unit, by the way, They won all 6 conference games, averaging 44 points per game. They defensively allowed just 16 points per game, so you do the math. And they give up a very impressive and stingy defense, averaging just 125 yards a game they gave up to the opponents on average. The guy that was really the instrumental was the quarterback, of course, Joel Flores, who I still say is probably overall the best athlete to come through the Ripon High School doors. He led the conference in passing efficiency, total offense, and was second in rushing and scoring. Greg Wiggs, who had just finished the season just a little south of 1,000 yards, led the conference in rushing. Bobby Sullivan, what hands that split end had in defensive back. Hands of a violinist. He was 4th in conference receiving. He probably would have been 1st if they would have thrown more. The offensive line selections to all conference included Steve Weisky at tackle, Steve Rasky at guard, Chris Feely at center, Jim Davis at guard, and the former people I just spoke of. They had 12 guys being recognized for all conference. On defense, Peter Jonas, who we just lost a year or so ago at defensive end, Danny Gloyd, the other end, Mark Norris, interior defensive line play, Steve Rasky, linebacker, Craig Cram, linebacker, Bobby Sullivan also made it as a back along with Jeff Bryden as a defensive back. Other seniors on that team, Joel Brockman, Doug Curtis, Dale Feeks, Larry Jans, who is the uncle of Dick Jans, who was a solid running back at Ripon College and Ripon High School, and then Ron Thayer. By the way, Bruce Link was the manager on that team. So it was a great athletic team because they also did very well in baseball. They went 11-1 in conference, and they won their 3rd out of 4 seasons. They won the conference crown in baseball. If you were to take that team, that bunch of guys from 9th grade through 12th grade in baseball, they went 31-5 in baseball. And in football, they went 27-2 if you took 9th grade through 12th grade, 27-2. So they were quite impressive, to say the very least. Back then, they just had 3 classes, basically A, B, and C. That year, Antico finished ranked number 1, La Crosse Logan number 2, and nearby Fond du Lac was ranked 3rd. At that time, there were no state playoffs. They came 3 years later in 1976. In Class B, Mosinee was ranked number 1 with 7 first-place votes, followed by your own Ripon Tigers with 4 first-place votes, and followed by Wisconsin Rapids. And then, so those were the nearby schools, and Ripon, of course, being included in that. Mosinee and Ripon only had one like opponent that season. That happened to be Wapaka Comets that year. And Mosinee played them in week 2, beat them 42-0. And then in week 3, Ripon got them, beat them 34-6. What's interesting is Mosinee, a powerhouse program for decades to come, finished the year with the longest consecutive win streak among Wisconsin high schools at 38 consecutive wins. So pretty impressive. And then the state championship playoffs started, like I said, 1976. I went to the Class A game at UW Oshkosh with some Ripon College classmates. It was Milwaukee-Madison versus Anago, played right there at Titan Stadium in Oshkosh back in 1976. Since then, you know what the playoff system has gone into. So that's what's going on with the 73. They won back-to-back conference championships and had some pretty good teams after that, too, a few years later. We can talk also later about the history of Ingalls Field. I found that rather interesting, the connections of Ripon High School and Ripon College. I didn't know Ripon even had fairgrounds on the other side of East Fond du Lac Street.
I was going to say, where are those fairgrounds? Where were they located?
Over by Shepherd Street, over not too far from where you would have been.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and that's where they used to play football until Ingalls Field became a football field. And, yeah, so there you have it.
All right, well, thank you. Our halftime show sponsored again by MPB Builders, known as an industry leader in post-frame construction. You can trust MPB Builders. It's homecoming. Let's listen to the band for a little bit.
Friendly service, competitive pricing. Modern Overhead Door does a tremendous job with quality installation of new garage doors and providing professional service after the sale. Selling residential and commercial CHI overhead doors. Modern Overhead Door, family owned and operated in Ripon. Call 748-5000. Holman Automotive Group is committed to providing a professional and positive sales experience along with the best possible service. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff is always willing to go the extra mile to make sure you are satisfied. They are proud to be a part of the local community and look forward to serving you for many years to come. Holman Automotive Group in Ripon and Waupun. Aroma's Bar and Grill has authentic Mexican cuisine, mouth-watering steak, seafood, chicken, and vegetarian dishes cooked up with a delicious blend of spices and years of experience. You're sure to discover your favorite. Locally owned and operated on the far west side of Ripon, Highway 23. Floral Expressions is a full-service floral shop conveniently located inside of Webster's Marketplace. From centerpieces to balloon bouquets, full wedding flowers to custom and sentimental remembrance arrangements, Floral Expressions is here to help. Inside of Webster's Marketplace, Highway 23 West in Ripon. Silver Creek Dentistry offers a truly different dental experience. No upsell, no lectures, never any pressure. They truly believe in treating you the way you want to be treated, with friendly and compassionate dental care. Silver Creek Dentistry for all your dental needs. Webster's Marketplace features an in-store smokehouse with tasty, made-fresh, right-here brats, summer sausage, snack sticks, and more. Bill and the Webster's Smokehouse team can smoke your venison, fish, or fowl. Webster's Marketplace featuring Webster's Smokehouse, Highway 23 West in Ripon.
All right, welcome back to Inglesfield. Homecoming 2023. Had quite a lot of activity here at halftime, of course, announcing John Erickson as the recipient of the 2023 Distinguished Alumni Award. We got to listen to the Ripon High School Band and also the introduction of the 2023 Homecoming Court, which I want to tell you about. Freshmen Anna Buchholz and Weston Page. The sophomores were Izzy Unverich and Harrison Julian. The juniors were Layla Hine and Declan Dudzinski. The seniors were Charlie Bruins and Drini Amidi, Bella Engstrom and Bodie Greff, and Ellery Rost and Mason Killam. Royalty for the homecoming court this year, Gretchen Mildebrandt and Zane Meyer. So we were happy to see them and get them all introduced here at halftime on our MPB Builders halftime show. And they, of course, are a 13-time winner of the National Frame Builders Association Builder of the Year Award.
Yeah, they're not messing around, Modern Pole. They don't mess around.
Yeah, you got that right. Marty, again, halftime here, 35-0 Kewaskum.
Yeah.
You've got other little tidbits you'd always like to share with us, so let's listen to what you got.
Let's keep it to football. I was going to talk about the history of Inglesfield, but we'll keep that under our vest here. How about let's talk about what area teams, where are they ranked and how are they doing at all divisions. Yeah. How about Kimberly moves up to the number 1 slot in Division 1, and another top 10 team in their backyard is Neenah at number 9. And then if you love that Kakana Club cheese, and who doesn't, in Division 2, ranked number 5 in state, Kakana Ghost. Division 3, who are these guys? Ranked number 1, the Pirates of Port Washington are at, guess who, Plymouth, ranked number 4 in state. They moved up from the 5 spot. They're playing as we speak, and what a battle that must be. Number 1 versus number 4, Port Washington and Plymouth in Division 3. In Division 4, it's those Fighting Catholics, Xavier High School up in Appleton, off of Double B, I know that road. Number 4 they are in state. Berlin ranked number 9. And, of course, with that win last week over this very team, 24-22, I'm sure they kept that spot. Berlin did at number 9. Campbellsport had been number 10, I think, and they've fallen out since then. In Division 5, a team that upset Catholic Memorial last year in the state playoffs, Columbus is ranked number 1. In Division 6, St. Mary's Springs, ever hear of them? They're ranked 2nd, and former East Central Conference foe many years ago, Waiawega Fremont, is tied for the 10th position in Division 6. And 8-man football, it was experimental a couple years ago of the WIA. Well, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, they made it permanent. I think it was last year. And Oakfield, I think of Chris Ogle, Dean of Students at Ripon College. The Mighty Oaks, a good guard, played for the late Doc Weisky at Ripon College. He's from Oakfield. They're ranked number 7 in 8-man football. I've also heard of 9-man football, where they just take out the 2 offensive tackles and defensive tackles and let them have at it. So, yeah, that's what's going on with that. And we can, as we go along here, maybe in the second half, I did a little bit of research. You set the bar so high, and Nakusa with the Strangler. You're talking over 6,000 wrestling matches. The Strangler from Nakusa grew up in Nakusa.
Yeah.
He's in the All-Star Wrestling Hall of Fame out in the state of New York. I think he only lost like 6 times. And I mean, this is crazy.
Crazy, I know.
Yeah. And what else did we learn from you? That Chief Oshkosh was born in Nakusa. You should have been called Coach or Chief Nakusa.
And a college football Hall of Famer, Eggs Mansky.
Eggs Mansky. How you like that name? Eggs.
I do. I like it a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you have a little bit of info on Chief Kewaskum.
Yeah. The town of Kewaskum named after a Potawatomi chief from 1849. And the meaning of Kewaskum, in loose translation, is, from what I can see, was 2 different things. Turning on its tracks is one loose translation, and the other is retracing his steps. And now the reason why they did that, the name was chosen, is because it describes the Milwaukee River as it makes a horseshoe bend just north of the village of Kewaskum. So retracing your steps.
Nice.
Potawatomi lived throughout the Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, Indiana area, Great Lakes area. Well, they were basically driven off the land west of the Mississippi River by which was their earlier ancestral areas by many treaties, including the 1830 Removal Act. How's that for a name?
Yeah.
Literally removed them. But guess who was stubborn? Guess who refused to go? You guessed it.
Chief Kewaskum.
You got it. He kind of was a wanderer. He was the leader of band of Potawatomi who did not leave Wisconsin. One historian dubbed him the homeless wanderers. They basically would travel and camp throughout the areas which would later be known as Washington, Dodge, and Jefferson counties, not far from us. Now, no one knows why exactly Jesse Myers and William Barnes decided to name the village that they founded after Chief Kewaskum. No one's ever gotten that information. But anyway, it is known for fact that he was well received by all the settlers and the traders. It was a good person and was a good person to trade with in his band of followers as well. In the early 1900s, fugitive Potawatomi bands who had been wandering Wisconsin for over 50 years, they did this, my friend, were finally paid money due them to the treaties that had been signed by their forebears of the United States government. They used much of that money, the Potawatomi did, to purchase plots of land in Forest County in particular. The ones that I feel sorry for are the ones that had followed, when they were told to leave, and they went west of the Mississippi into Kansas and Oklahoma. So anyway, that's what I was able to discern from that, thanks to the Ripon Historical Society and the Ripon Commonwealth Press in particular for supplying me that information on my iPad.
All right, I love it.
Yeah.
Sounds great. And
but I checked, and there were
good information.
No all-star wrestlers from the Potawatomis to compete with Nakusa.
The Tigers kicked off, and Kewaskum got the ball out here to about the 30-yard line. The first play was a running play, which gains 4 yards. And now it's going to be second down. And a nice run across the 40-yard line and a first down is number 22, Eric Krier, the junior. Eric Krier, actually, the junior from Kewaskum. Gets a nice run for the Indians. First and 10.
Yeah, I think we'll maybe see some new faces for Kewaskum, you would think, and he might be one of them.
Certainly in the running back position, there have been a couple of them here. Krier, number 22, has been one, and then 27, Corbin Dexter was another one. Quarterback remains the same, Andrew Reichart for the Indians. Ball's at the right hash mark, still first down, back to pass, rolling left is Reichart. He's caught. Nice pass inside the 40-yard line to about the 39. Good pitch and catch that time.
Boy, was it ever. Running out right-handed, running out to your left.
Yeah.
You try that in the backyard. Heck, try it in your front yard. It is not an easy thing to do. Well, it was for him because he threw about a 15-yard strike.
Caught by Liam Stoffel, just a sophomore for the Indians. So the ball's at the Ripon 40-yard line where it will be first down and 10. Ball's at the left hash mark. Under center, Reichart Ripon almost jumped, and
they did break the plane.
Yes, they did break the plane, so there's going to be an offsides on the Tigers, so that will give Kewaskum an extra 5 to make it first down and 5 from the 35.
You never want to hear that phrase, break the plane, when you're flying. So just to repeat, Waupun is at Berlin tonight. Kettle Moraine Lutheran, who spanked us really good last week in Jackson, is at Sheboygan Falls. And Port Washington, we've talked extensively at Plymouth tonight, battling for first place to sit atop. I'll talk about where everybody goes next week in just a bit.
All right, first down and 5, Ripon 35. Reichart under center, awaits the snap, hands off to the running back straight at the middle. And a nice defensive play by the Tigers, only getting a couple of yards out there, was the running back Corbin Dexter.
Like that name, huh?
Not a bad name. I've never watched the TV series.
Dexter?
Yeah. I have good friends whose dog's name is Dexter.
My wife and I did watch that series. Yep.
So a gain of 2 now to the 33.
It would not have been on the Disney Channel.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Yeah.
All right, second down and 3 coming to the 8-minute mark here in the third quarter. Here's a handoff up the middle once again. First down as they crosses the 30-yard line, the running back for the Indians to about the 27-yard line. And a nice power run, basically just right up the middle, was the running back that time, Eric Creer. To the 27, first and 10.
Did Sarah Kessis tell us who's working the board tonight?
Yeah, Jason, our friend, Jason Mansmith.
Well, I'll be his wingman tomorrow.
All right.
Ripon College football at the brand new football stadium.
Rolling to the right is Reichert. The quarterback is going to run it. 25, 20, 15. Goes running out of bounds at about the 11-yard line.
See, the quarterbacks, they always say they're maybe the more intelligent people.
He was encouraged out of bounds.
And he was encouraged out of bounds. Well stated, my acquaintance of 30 years. Yes.
To the 11-yard line, but it is another first down for Kewaskum.
Why take the hit, after that first down?
Nice hustle out there by the Tigers on the outside. Tyler Bradley was the encourager that time. So the ball's at the 11, first and 10. Under center. 2 running backs behind Reichert, the quarterback. Straight up the middle. Inside the 10 to the 5, and he is going to be knocked down at around the 5-yard line, the running back, Corbin Dexter. But a nice run. But the Tigers let him have 6, and then they had a big wall set up, and down he goes. So right at the 5 to bring it second down 4.
Yeah, I think the whole key for Ripon, starting next season is they got to improve their offensive line play. If there's one area, that's the thing that they're going to have to really see if they can get better at.
Man in motion to the right for Kewaskum. Hand off to the front man. Nice tackle. Pushing him down for the Tigers. Good job. And that's going to be Bowden Greff, the senior. And no gain on the play to make it third down now and 4.
Yeah, big Robert Brown actually bumped him off stride initially in the backfield. And then, like you said, our other Tiger finished him up.
Bowden Greff.
Quite nicely.
Yes. One of the seniors honored here tonight, playing his last game here at Ingalls Field.
I see the student body section for Kewaskum, doing their imitation of a whiteout.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, rolling to the left is the quarterback, Rickard. He's got an open space, and he's going to get into the end zone on a nice run of about 6 yards. 5 yards, I guess it was. So a 5-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, something we didn't really see him do much of until now.
No, yeah.
He's pretty much happy just stirring the drink with handoffs and throwing some pretty nice marksmanship
he's a good size,
the air.
Yeah, he's a good-sized kid, 5'10", 160. Only a junior, so he'll be back next season. Here's the point after touchdown kick. It is up, and it is good for the Indians.
Next year we'll go to Kewaskum. What's that score right now?
It is 42 for the Indians, 0 for the Tigers, 5:07 remaining in the third quarter.
We'll go to Kewaskum, of course, next year, and that athletic facility is quite impressive. When they passed their referendum about 4 years ago, and when you look at the field, the track, the scoreboard, the seating arrangements with the press box, I think we're up on top, much like Plymouth. And then you look around, you see the softball and baseball fields with the turf infield on these ball diamonds.
Yeah,
impressive.
Yeah. So 42-0. Ripon will get the ball now on the ensuing kickoff by Kewaskum. And again, pleasant night, full moon there in the east, a little breezy. Those winds from the east coming right into the booth here. I actually had to put on a little warmer vest.
Yeah, well, at your age, I knew you'd bring a shawl with you, so I'm not surprised there.
I have brittle bones.
Yes, you do.
So Jordan
More
Perkins,
milk.
hey, what a nice run by Perkins.
Breaks it
across the 20-30 and down to the 33-yard line. I thought for a moment he was going to be stopped there at the 20, but some nifty moves by Perkins, broke a couple tackles, took it to the outside, and made it to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, pretty good athleticism, pretty good feet for nearly a 200-pounder, huh?
That was a nice run back and some good blocking by the rest of the Tigers to get a little room in there, allowing Perkins to the outside. So from the 33, it's 1st and 10 for Ripon. The ball at the left hash mark. Parker Webb out of the shotgun. He's going to hand the ball off to Stellmacher, and he got hit immediately. And he's not going anywhere, so looks like it's going to be a loss of about 2 yards on the play back to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to bring it 2nd and long. Hey, Ripon High School girls tennis concluded its regular season with a 4-3 win over Howard's Grove. What's interesting about that is it was all 4 singles matches were the 4 wins for the Tigers. Bella Engstrom won at number 1, and then at number 2 it was Mackenzie Whitrock, and then number 3 Reese Brooks, and then Ellie Rost, who's on the court, the homecoming court you mentioned, also a basketball player, won at the number 4 singles. Last week, Thursday, they won over Roncalli Two Rivers 5-2. All 4 singles prevailed again, along with the number 3 doubles team of who were that, Weisky and Rudolph. So up next for them are the subsectionals on Monday, October 2nd, coming up at Sheboygan Falls.
On the 2nd down and 12 play, a handoff to Parker Stellmacher. Went off the left tackle, picked up just 1 yard out to the 32 to make it 3rd down and 11 for Ripon.
Boys soccer, pretty impressive
having a good season
record, 8-2-1.
Yeah.
That first and only tie came in non-conference action just recently, 1-1 with Freedom, a really good sports school. When you think of Freedom, wrestling and football and such.
All right, 3rd down and 11. Webb back to pass, rolling to the right, going to throw it to the sidelines. Falls incomplete, was intended for Tyler Bradley.
But last week, Tuesday, the unfortunate for the Ripon boys, they ran into a buzzsaw at Plymouth and lost that 5-0 to a very physical, athletic, big physical soccer team over there. We've seen that on the football field. They also played Kewaskum Tuesday, but I don't have the score on that. And also yesterday was Wrightstown non-conference.
Ripon in punt formation on 4th and 11, and Bradley is going to punt it. Hits at about the 38, taken right at the 30, right side, 35. Nice hit by the Tigers. Wow, that was a good hit on the tackle.
Yeah, somebody lassoed him around the legs, and then 62 understood what a free shot means. He got that definition down. He must have Googled it because he did a nice job of finishing up.
Brandon Boehm. Nice hit by Boehm. He's a senior. So the ball's at the 38-yard line, and that is going to be 1st and 10 now for Kewaskum. They lead this game 42-0. 1:25 remaining in this 3rd quarter here at Ingalls Field, homecoming 2023.
And then in boys soccer, they'll play non-conference Columbus this Monday.
Under center, pitch, left side. almost tackled in the backfield, but eventually Riley McCann will get him for a tackle for loss.
Yeah, Dudzinski went flying out of a cannon for him and got a piece, slowed him up. Nice job. Nice way to clean it up.
New quarterback for Kewaskum is number 9. His name is Dawson Stahl. He is a senior, and he's a big kid too, 6'1", 185 pounds.
Cross country, they a week ago Tuesday went to the Winneconne Invite. They were not treated very nice. Out of 13 teams, the girls took 10th, the boys 11th out of that. This past Tuesday, they're at the Portage Invite, which is at Winona Park, which is important because that's where they run sectionals.
Handoff right up the middle, and again, a good job by the Tiger defense as they stuff the running back for just a gain of 1. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 1 for Kewaskum, but that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, our score, the Kewaskum Indians 42, the Ripon Tigers 0, and we'll be back with the 4th quarter right after these messages.
Webster's Marketplace features an in-store smokehouse with tasty, made-fresh, right-here brats, summer sausage, snack sticks, and more. Bill and the Webster's Smokehouse team can smoke your venison, fish, or fowl. Webster's Marketplace featuring Webster's Smokehouse, Highway 23 West in Ripon. Homan Automotive Group is committed to providing a professional and positive sales experience along with the best possible service. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff is always willing to go the extra mile to make sure you are satisfied. They are proud to be a part of the local community and look forward to serving you for many years to come. Homan Automotive Group in Ripon and Waupun.
All right, we are back to begin the 4th quarter. 3rd and 1 for the Indians. The quarterback is going to take a scramble, and I don't think he got the first down. It's very close out there. And a nice tackle by the Tigers.
The freshman, 61, our guy's back. Yeah.
He is John Moreno Valdez.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, got a little bit of nasty in him.
He did,
I like that. Yes,
so,
he did. Yeah, he wasn't thinking about the scoreboard. No, he was getting his licks in.
All right, it is a turnover on down, so the Tigers, oh no, it's fourth down. That was 3rd down, I beg your pardon.
It's the fatigue of battle.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it is 4th down now, and so Kewaskum will punt. Decent punt. Going to be a fair catch. Nope, going to let it go. Is it going to go into the end zone or not? It's going to be very close inside the 5, and he saved it at the 1-yard line.
Whoa.
Look at that. My.
Yeah, Dick Enberg, very much so.
What hustle there by Kewaskum,
Wow.
And the Ripon receiver probably should have made an effort to catch it.
What is the net on that? Well, with that wind, that was a knuckle.
That's true too.
If you saw the flight of the ball, it was a knuckleball.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So anyway, back to boys and girls cross country. October 3rd, Ripon travels to the Laconia Invite. That'll be this coming week. October 5th, the Lamira Invite. And then the East Central Conference meet, where else, will be held at Plymouth on October 14th. You believe we're talking October?
And that starts, Sunday? Here's a handoff right up the middle, and it looks like tackled in the end zone, but he was hit just outside the end zone.
There's no safety.
So it's going to be still at the 1 or maybe a little less. But it's going to be, probably loss of a half a yard.
Yeah, throw the bomb.
So no safety. The Tigers maybe caught a little bit of a break. I don't know. But
yeah, we're not down there.
But regardless, it's 2nd down, and we'll call it still 10. Just a slight loss on the play. All right, Webb is going to hand the ball off to Stelmacher, left side. He's got some room out there.
There you
Crossing
go.
the 5, 10, 15. When he's going to get knocked out of bounds at the 14-yard line, I guess.
And no flag, I might add.
I thought maybe he got a little further than that, but He was pushed out of bounds at the 14-yard line. But, hey, it's a first down for Ripon.
Last Saturday, Ripon High School Tiger Spikers, the volleyball girls, they finished 4-1 at the Clintonville Invitational. And what's key about that is they had beaten ranked and formerly undefeated St. Mary Catholic in pool play. So that was huge for them. So they won the silver bracket, not the gold bracket.
Here's a handoff now to Jordan Perkins, right side, makes a good move, 15, fighting his way to about the 17-yard line before he goes down. But he is going to get a gain of about 3 yards. We'll call it second down and 7.
A week ago Thursday, they had to go to Waupun, the volleyball team for the Ripon High School, and it went 5 sets. They lost the first set, then they won the second and the third set, and then they lost the fourth set. But by golly, they pulled it out in the fifth and determining set and beat Waupun at Waupun. It wasn't that many years ago that Waupun girls volleyball was really, I mean, they had the stranglehold on the state when it came to girls volleyball. They were amazing. A lot of volleyball gold trophies at that high school.
Second down and 7. Parker Webb with a pitch to Parker Stellmacher, and a nice little pitch out to the 20-yard line. So a little bit of a good gain of about 3, perhaps 4 yards for Ripon. That'll bring up third down short, probably third and about 3, I would say. Ball's going to be marked right at the 21, so 3rd and 2 will be coming up.
3 nights ago, Ripon hosted Plymouth, but I never got the score of that. Ripon was going for their 15th out of 16 dual matches, so I would love to hear what that score was. We'll get it to you when we broadcast from Waupun next week. Yeah, and then I'll let you call this play here.
Okay, 3rd down and 2. Here's a handoff right side. That's Perkins. He has the first down, crosses the 25, down to about the 28-yard line. Good strong run by, that's not Perkins, I beg your pardon. That is Dylan Martina, number 11.
Yeah, there's a name we haven't called out too much this season.
No, Martina, he's a sophomore, 5'10", 160.
Yeah, a lot of sophomores on this group. October 10th, the Ripon channel, and we'll live stream. We will be carrying the Ripon volleyball, hosting that match, and I'll be there along with former alumnus and player Kayla Peterson. And so I'm looking forward to doing that October 10th in the Tiger Den here in town. Don't know the opponent. A lot of street fighting there. Everyone's standing up, a lot of pushing forward and backwards. I don't think there was too much gained of it.
Running play right up the middle. It's going to lose 1. We're at 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the game. 42 for the Indians, 0 for the Tigers.
There are a line along this side of the railroad tracks of pine trees. And the late Don Redmond, a wonderful, motivating science teacher of middle school ages, we went out and planted those pine tree seedlings back when I was in 7th grade, which would have been late 60s. So those are those trees. I wasn't the only one, by the way.
2nd and 11. Ball goes flying in the air. Webb picks it up. He gets some positive yardage, though, as he sneaks around to the 30-yard line out to the 33 before he goes down. Yeah. So a nice run by Parker Webb.
The executive producer, Riley, is probably suggesting I cut my leg off and count the rings to see if it's as old as the tree.
It's going to be a gain of about 6 yards. And so it brings up 3rd and 5 here for the Tigers. The ball just above the 33-yard line, not quite the 34. Right hash mark for Ripon.
How you liking those light gray silver pants with Kewaskum this year?
I don't mind the uniforms
Look
at
at
all.
that.
Here's Parker Stellmacher. Nice run to the left side. Crosses the 35 and 40 before he's knocked down at the 42. And it's a Tigers first down.
Have you noticed that Parker Stellmacher going to his left? I mean, his plays, and not just tonight. He gets a lot of effective, positive yards going to his left.
He knows just the right moment to cut it up. You know, he gets to the left side, and then he sees the little opening, and he's so fast to cut right up in that middle.
Yeah, the athleticism
finds that hole. Yeah, he finds that hole, and he generally gets positive yardage. As long as it's not stretched out too far, he doesn't seem to do that. He's able to find a little hole and go for it.
Oh, you reminded me of something I'll share with you right after this play.
So 1st and 10, Tigers at the 42.
Pitch.
Here's a pitch, and
nowhere
that's
to
going
go.
Nowhere. They tried an option on the short side of the field, and that was not a good play.
Yeah. Well, it was for the defense.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But anyway, what now I forgot it again. What I was going to talk about.
Well, it's a loss of 7 back to the 35, so 2nd and 17.
Yep.
And we're exactly at 4 minutes now remaining in the game.
So that'll happen really quick here. We'll be traveling to bring you live action on 93 FM, 1600 AM radio, live stream, Ripon channel 987 as we get a whistle stopping the play.
What do we have here?
And we'll be at Waupun broadcasting that game
next week.
And then tomorrow afternoon, for those inclined, it's going to be the Ripon Redhawks playing their first home game against the Rams of Cornell College, Mount Vernon, Iowa. Tomorrow, kickoff at 1 o'clock. I'll be the sidekick of Jason Mansmith.
Oh, my gosh, Jason.
Yes, the big fella's in town, and I'll be doing the color. He'll be the play-by-play dude. And I'll tell you, what a sharp-looking facility they got going right now over there.
Penalty was against Ripon, so now it's 2nd down, 22. Here's a reverse. The ball's on the ground.
And
Kewaskum has
lost
recovered.
It. Yep.
So it is a fumble recovery by Kewaskum.
So it's the first game
at Hop Stadium.
Hop Stadium. Yeah, I guess I didn't call it Hop Stadium.
Yep. Stephen Hop Stadium.
Yeah, I knew him. We were doing radio, and he's, I want to say, class of 83 maybe, somewhere's right in there. He was a tight end, all conference his junior year, and also a member of the 1981 basketball conference, Midwest Basketball Conference championship team as well. So a pretty darn good athlete.
1st and 10, Kewaskum. The ball on the Ripon 23-yard line. Pitch to the quarterback. He cuts up into the middle. He's going to get a couple of yards before he goes down at around the 20-yard line. And that quarterback is Dawson Stoll. Nice tackles out there by the Tigers. Nice group tackle. Just a gain, we'll call it 3, I guess, to be 2nd down and 7 now at 2 minutes remaining in the game.
So we got that going on. We got beautiful weather, by the way. Not only tonight's homecoming game, but tomorrow afternoon at Hop Stadium on the corner of Thorn and Union Streets. Brand new stadium. Check it out.
Yeah, looking forward to calling a game there.
That'll be the soft opening. They're referring to it. Grand
Correct.
opening. The grand opening will be the next home game.
October 21, I believe.
Yeah, it's either, I want to say Lake Forest.
Here's a handoff for Kewaskum right
Oh,
up the middle.
wow.
Oh, boy. Oh, nice touchdown saving tackle out there, Max Huber. Because that running back, he was
gone.
on the way to the end zone.
You and I thought he was gone.
I did, yeah.
He thought he was gone. His mom and dad thought he was gone. And Mr. Huber, Max, number 4, said,
Corbin Dexter.
Yeah.
So let's see if 1 minute to go whether Kewaskum will take a knee here and not score. But they're at the 5-yard line where it's going to be 1st down and goal.
What a hole.
Here's a handoff.
What a hole.
To the running back, Eric Creer, and another touchdown. I don't know, Marty. Up 42-0. I think they could have taken a knee. A little bit of sportsmanship here. That's my personal opinion, and I think that's what they should have done.
And what I'll do is disagree. They kept it on the ground, and you have second unit playing, and the second unit doesn't want to go out there and take a knee.
Well,
too
bad for the second unit, but they should have taken a knee, in my opinion, with only a minute to go in the game.
Believe me, I've seen it worse. I've seen St. Mary Springs come in here with an apparent win and trickery with a pass play to the end zone on a pass play. So.
Yeah, which is fine, but I'm just saying at this moment in time, for myself,
yes,
they should have taken a knee. That was the sportsmanship thing to do, and I think it's completely wrong.
All right.
But anyway, that is a score here for Kewaskum now with 47 seconds remaining. And it's now 49 for the Indians, 0 for the Tigers. And Kewaskum will be kicking off here for... Okay, so we'll be back right after this message.
Walsworth Printing in Ripon believes a company, like a family, is made stronger when differences are embraced and not condemned. Check out walsworth.com/careers for hiring opportunities. Proud to support Ripon High School.
All right, we are back, and Marty, we have what next week? You had something to mention?
Yeah, drum roll. Hey, October 6th, yes, a week from tonight, folks, Berlin will be at Port Washington, and we'll have to find out to see if Port Washington is undefeated or has a loss to Plymouth. Sheboygan will travel to Kewaskum. And then Sheboygan Falls, I should say, travels to Kewaskum. And Plymouth is at Kettle Moraine Lutheran. So none of those are easy games. And we're going to be, I talked about it earlier, we'll be broadcasting from our friends from Prison City in Waupun. So it's going to be, unless Waupun was able to win tonight, and to do that they would have had to beat Berlin at Berlin. It'll be the battle of the two winless programs in the East Central Conference going toe-to-toe to see who's going to get their first win of the year. So a lot of, believe it or not, there's going to be a lot of interest and excitement in Waupun next Friday.
So the ball goes to the 20-yard line as the kickoff was kicked out of the end zone, which was wind-aided. 47 seconds remain. And Ripon will have it first down and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Snap, handoff up the middle. That's Parker Stellmacher, no gain. Down he goes. So it'll be second down and 10 if there is another play run here, which I may or may not happen. Let's see. Going to be close. We're going to wait to see when the official calls it in. And it'll be second down 10. I guess Ripon will run one more play. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and down goes the running back. Good tackle there by the defense as Dylan Martina was hit right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain. Third down, but that'll be the end of the game. Now we're at 3, 2, 1, and 0. So the final score here tonight has the Kewaskum Indians 49 and the Ripon Tigers 0. Any final thoughts, Marty?
No, other than next week, I'm looking forward to it because the game speaks to itself here tonight. It's Ripon has a lot of things to figure out next year, and it starts with, I just think, being more aggressive. That and fundamentals. The essence of football. So.
All right. Well, this game is over for Homecoming 2023. We hope that you enjoyed our broadcast here tonight. We certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. And, of course, we want to thank all of our sponsors who have made our broadcast possible, not only tonight, but all season long. We certainly do appreciate it. For Jason Mansmith back at the studio,
hey,
Riley Eisnagel, and others, Marty Ernser and myself, Lynn Krause, we appreciate you listening. Our final score again was the Kewaskum Indians 49, the Ripon Tigers 0. And next week we will greet you with another game on Friday. So have yourselves a safe and pleasant weekend. So long, everybody. You have been listening to Ripon Tigers Football.